Clay announced it right when we got in the locker room, so I think I'm Trace Jr. now.
Obviously, it's always be ready, but did you have an inkling that this might be a night for you, or how did you approach it?
I mean, the coaches told me before the game just to be ready. You're probably going to play tonight, and then just getting in, providing energy for my teammates, trying to make the right plays, and just doing everything I can to help them. So,
what's going on in your head sort of before and after that block on Jalen?
I blocked a lot of shots. It felt good, especially he had it in his left hand, so I thought I had a chance. I thought I timed it right, and then at the end of the day, just instinct, go get the ball. So
that's a lot of velocity coming to the rim. So what does it feel like? Do you feel your hand bend back? What's the sensation like?
I did feel it, actually. It did bend back a little bit, but I'm just glad I got a piece because that would have been on SportsCenter. So.
Hey, Trace, what was your angle on that shot by Curry, and can you try to come up with some words to describe it?
A pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I was sitting right under the rim, and I'm looking. I'm like, that's good, that's good. And then I said some words that I'm not going to repeat as it went in. So,
obviously, there's been a lot of discussion about what your role could be. Should you be playing more? Can you be playing more? Obviously, put two pretty good games back to back here. Has anyone said, hey, you are earning a role? Has there been discussion about what the next few games and the next few weeks might look like for you?
For me, honestly, I'm just blessed to be here. Just coaches always say, whenever you're ready or whenever you're get an opportunity, make the most of it. So I'm just trying to make the most of the opportunity. And whenever the next time they call my name, I'm going to try to make the most of it. So.
Trace, for the past, I'll say, decade or so, this team has been rooted in and led by seasoned Hall of Fame veterans. And this season so far, you yourself, Brandon, Jonathan, a lot of young guys have really stepped up. Is that fun just to see a group of younger players be able to keep this team afloat, lead them in some way while other guys kind of navigate their early parts of the season?
Absolutely. I think that the best way to explain it is our young guys, I think we play with a lot of confidence, and then having the vets and Hall of Fame guys come up to you and give you confidence, and then we play with that energy. I think the vets feed off of that, and so I think it's a win-win on both sides, but playing with JK, Moses, and BP, it's great, and they provide a lot for our team.
How much pride do you take in the impact on defense? And when you see the stat sheet and you're plus 25 in 28 minutes, what does that mean to you? What's the significance of that to you?
Just trying my best when I'm out there, just to try to give my team an uplift. I know when I got in the game, we were down, and just doing things like blocking shots and doing stuff of that nature so we can get out and run. And providing energy plays is the biggest thing for me, just trying to get a spark for our team.
I'm not entirely sure how much time was left on the shot clock when you got that offensive rebound, but did you actually check the shot clock, and kind of what was your thought process from there?
Yeah, I looked. It said 4 seconds, I think. I don't know. I was about to shoot it, and I seen Steph open.
It's a pretty long pass.
Yeah, but he practiced that, getting shots off quick. Figured give him a crack at it. I like his chances.
Chris, we know you've been feeling under the weather today. Exactly what are you dealing with, and when did you know that you could go tonight?
Life, just same thing everybody else sort of be dealing with. A little fever or whatnot. When did I know? Probably when I woke up.
Did it bother you at all during the game?
A little bit, but it's always fine. You know, I missed a game, I think, in OKC. It's the first time my whole career I missed a game because of sickness, and I was pissed. You know, all these years you're sick at times or whatnot, but you find a way to get through.
You guys played Trace 29 minutes tonight. What dimension does he give you personally with the kind of a pick-and-roll center, but just the team also?
Not just me. Trace is such a good, I don't want to say kid, but he's such a good player, right? And he's a rookie. And I've been pretty easy on him all season long, and then I finally sort of went nuts on him a little bit. I think in Portland. I think it was Portland. Was that our last game? Last game, yeah. Yeah, Portland. And he just started killing. He's been hooping. And I'm not saying that's why, but I think he has the capability to do what you guys are seeing. And he just gives us a different dimension because he plays above the rim, his shot blocking ability. And I think what he's seeing now is that he does a lot of things that don't show up on the box scores. He changes shots, and his athleticism is something that we need. It just gives us a different dimension.
Steve talked a little bit about what this win could mean. I mean, against a team of that quality, to come back the way you did, that I think the way he put it was this could sort of get the ship back on course. How significant is this in your mind?
I mean, it's a really big win for our team. It's no secret we've been through a lot in this 20-something games into the season. It's been a lot going on, but I think the guys in our locker room still believe and know that we're capable of a lot this season. And so it's a really good win against, like we said, a really good team, and hopefully this can get us going.
When you say you got on Trace, is it just you could be better, or do you know it's possible? What kinds of things are you telling him at that point?
It's teammate stuff. Yeah.
How good can he be then?
Really good. I mean, when you playing in the system that we playing with guards like me, Steph, all of us, but you also got to understand that me and Steph play totally different. So you got to understand that when he's coming off a ball screen, you may hold it so he can get a three. With me, you may hold it so I can snake, and now you get a lob. So the game is constantly changing. And so for somebody like him, it's a lot. It's a lot being thrown at you, but we're pros, and he's watching film, and I mean, he went up and got a couple rebounds in Portland that we was all in the locker room talking about after the game. He's so athletic, and when he does that, like we said, we have a little bit of everything. We got Loon, who's out there. He's in the right place at the right time. We got Dario, who's picking and popping. In this league, in order to be successful, you got to be able to play different ways, and he gives us a different dimension.
You had Tatum defensively for a stretch there. What kind of pride do you take that he did not score very much when you're the primary guy defending him?
I didn't play defense a long time. Long time. Yeah, I mean, I play defense. I've been all defense a few times.
He's taller than you.
Just about every night, the guy's taller than me. You ain't noticed. My son laughing because he.
So's the other short guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of people taller than me.
Chris, in Phoenix, you worked with Trace a lot after practice one of those days, and I talked to him in Phoenix, and he was saying how much he's been learning from you, and how much have you sort of made a conscious effort to work with him? And I mean, you run the pick and roll so well for so many years with different people. How much of a personal sort of connection is there?
Yeah. No, I just told Trace I done got a lot of big guys paid a lot of money in my career. You know what I mean? So, I don't know everything, but I know a few things. And to see him and how he's been open to it, and it's just been great because with the way that Trace plays, if you saw our game in Portland, we got some wide open threes just because of his ability to put pressure on the rim. And anybody who's watching the game, like I said, there's a lot of things that don't show up on the stat sheet. And so it's good to see him coming into his own.
Steve said that Klay Thompson's shot selection recently has changed this team. What do you think he meant by that?
What he said.
In what sense do you think it's changed this team?
I mean, Klay, I said it before, Klay is one of the best shooters to ever play this game. Every time he shoot it, I think it's going in. I dribble handoff to him. He hit the big three to tie the game up tonight. And I think, when you can shoot it as well as Klay, you're just thinking, let me get my shots up. But we didn't talk about it as a team. We want him to shoot the ball, whenever he can. But we just want to try to make sure they quality shots. And so that's not something new. That's what every team is saying, around the league.
That it? Cool.
Yep.
You hit Trace on a couple like pick and roll dives today, and obviously, you know, I think he played like 29 minutes. What does he bring to you guys?
A vertical spacer, a shot blocking presence, and a big, strong, physical big man who is incredibly athletic. Trace Jr., very athletic.
You declared in the locker room that is now his nickname?
That is his new nickname, correct. I only know one Trace in my life, and that's Trace Thompson. MLB player, father to Roman.
What do you think a win like this? We know this season's been a little bumpy to start. What do you think this could do for the rest of the season?
We knew this already, but we have the ability to beat anybody, and just give everybody confidence that we can continue a great win streak here and put us in a right to ship. And most importantly, that we have the ability to beat anybody from the best teams in the league to the bottom teams. Nice, I'm out of here. Ooh.
Hey, Clay. You've seen Steph make all sorts of shots from all different angles. What's your reaction? What are you thinking when you see that high arcing three go in tonight?
Very grateful it went in. It was an incredible shot, moon ball, and I mean, he never ceases to amaze us. I thought that step back going right was even more impressive, though. If for anyone who shoots a basketball out there, they know how hard of a shot that really is. That was very impressive from Steph.
I asked you about CP3's ability to find people. He had that little drop back to you for the big three to tie the game, I believe, late, and you kind of pointed to him afterwards. What's that kind of chemistry like? Do you feel like you and CP have kind of established what you need to establish with that chemistry?
I think so. And Chris, what a great game he played tonight, floor game. I mean, just filled up the stat sheet, and it's just a joy to play with him. He makes my job so easy, and he's one of the greatest, obviously, to ever play. So he makes everyone around us better, and I'm just lucky to be his teammate. Good work. Good work.
How difficult is that Chris Paul pass that he made to you for that kind of like game sealing three?
It was tough because it was a split-second decision. Once he got the ball, took one dribble and had to figure out an angle, knowing the shot clock was running down. I saw him before, right as he got the ball. We kind of locked eyes. I had my hands up. And when he took the extra dribble, I lost sight of him, and the ball was coming on time, on target. I was able to get my feet underneath me. And then it was just a rhythm shot at that point. So it was a hell of a play, just knowing that we needed to get a shot up. And he made the right decision. 12 assists, 0 turnovers. He's a master at that.
Steph, how gratifying is it to get a win like this? You guys have routinely had games where you've had the big leads and had to kind of fight back to win. In this case, you guys came back down 17 in the third quarter to win in overtime.
Big deal because of how we got it done. The guys that were on the floor that contributed. Trace's coming out party and the way he impacted the game. JK offensively and defensively just putting pressure on them. Clay hitting big shots. Everybody, stepped up. Even Corey, when I got in foul trouble, he came in and played solid, for those 6 minutes and kept us kind of afloat. So everybody stayed ready, and the way that our season's gone, you never really know how it's going to look, and every night's a little different. And, we've lost leads, but the way we dug deep tonight was a big morale booster, and now you got to capitalize off of it.
Hey, Steph. You had 5 fouls for about an hour and a half. With so much that you already have to focus on during the game, what extra level of concentration does it take in a clutch game like this where you need to carry so much on both ends to also not try to pick up your sixth foul?
I think there's only one play down the stretch where I kind of had to give up 2 points, but my teammates, man, like when somebody's in foul trouble, it puts pressure on everybody else. Like obviously I can't do anything stupid and reach or give up a dumb foul, but everybody else has to be aware as well because they're going to have to help. Because I got to, either put extra pressure on the ball so that they don't try to put me in tough situations. Then we kind of rotate around and everybody has to fly around. So, I had to play smart, but credit everybody else for stepping up and having my back. It's the only way it can work for 17 minutes, the fourth and overtime, for me to, stay available and stay on the floor.
Steph, 2 questions for you. Your teammates were saying that they got the sense that you were in that when I'm not going to let us lose tonight. What was it about this night? Was there coming into the game you had that mindset, or did something happen in the game where you decided to kind of take on that switch?
I didn't have much going through the third because I was in foul trouble. I think I only had 13 through 3. It was more understanding how we needed to create shots down the stretch in the fourth quarter. They're a switching team. They obviously know us from past history. And it became a kind of slow down pick and roll game, just trying to create. I got Clay open twice on some off action. Then pick and roll, I got off, taking advantage of mismatches. So I think it was just seeing the game the right way and how you got to make shots. So thankfully they went in. But more is when I got that fifth foul in the third quarter, just trying to stay mentally locked in, not let yourself kind of float away in frustration because you're not out there, and just wait patiently until I got back. Had my moment in the fourth.
Obviously, it's like it looks difficult, like putting a team on your back like that. But how much energy do you get from those young athletic guys who are bouncing around and making plays? Like, what does that do for you as you summon energy?
Really, it's like Trace's 2 blocks he had, especially the one in the fourth, I think it was, or maybe overtime. I can't remember, one on Jalen. Like, you feel the crowd get into it, and that just gets, everybody hyped up. And then J.K. steal the first minute of the overtime. I'm feeding off of the crowd's energy, and those 2 guys created that, with some spectacular individual plays. So, like I said, everybody who was out there for significant minutes contributed in some way, shape, or form, and it was a gutsy win, to say the least, just because, it looked a little different, with Trace and J.K. impacting the game the way they did. Me, CP, Clay, and that final group. It was fun.
Marcus kind of took my question, but
how dare he?
I know it happens a lot. But before the season, I mean, you could picture what the young guys might contribute, but to see it, I think we're a third of the way through now, 27 games in, and to see what Kuminga has, the impact he's made the last few games, Trace tonight, last 2 games, obviously. What does that mean for the team in the bigger picture to have those guys, Pajemski, obviously, Moses has taken a step forward, to see that young brigade sort of making a real impact now, not just in your visions, but actually on the court?
I mean, it's necessary for us to be competitive and win games. Obviously Draymond's out, GP's been out. We shook up the starting lineup a little bit, so there's opportunity there for everybody. And just credit those guys for staying ready, staying confident, playing fearless, not being afraid to make mistakes. Like, it's hard to do, but they've accomplished it and are contributing at a high level. So we wanted to continue that trajectory and keep getting better as a team and understand how we're supposed to win games with the guys that are out there. And that's the challenge for this, specific group. And 3 games in a row we've put it together, 1 game at a time.
How aware are you of the general discourse around this team? I'm sure you've heard some of it. It's over, give it up, break them up, whatever the discussion is, and how much do you get fueled by it, or are you like, hey, angry about it, or hey, there might be something to some of this? What does it generate in your head when that is sort of the atmosphere around the team?
It's been like that for years now, even before we won the 22 championship. They always find something to nitpick, and that's because there's expectations for us to win. So you kind of take that in stride. And for me, I guess my approach is to dumb it down to what I said when we were in LA, is just trying to figure out how to win a game at a time and give yourself some momentum and some confidence and some energy. We'll get to the point where everybody knows, the checkpoints throughout a season. That's no secret to anybody what February looks like, or playoff push and what you need to show as a team to be a serious, threat to win a playoff series or whatever the case is. We're nowhere near that. We're just trying to win right now. So I kind of like it right here because it gives you a little bit of juice to stay locked in on 48 minutes at a time. It's all cliches, but it really is a fun kind of way to approach the game. Because you feel a sense of urgency and you're not really taking anything for granted. And that's what you kind of see. You saw tonight.
Is that it? Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that.